Wolverine.
The Wolverine.
Yeah. So, actually, you know what? I'm going to let you start this off.
David Mack did that cover art.
Of course he did.
It's freaking amazing.
I know, it is actually fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I haven't seen David Mack art in such a long time.
Oh, he's such a great artist.
Yeah. He's crazy, though. He is nuts. Like, I gotta say, like, as far as artists go, like, I'm not saying, like, he's a crazy person in real life. I just mean, like, when he starts, like, putting life on a canvas, he's nuts.
I watched it in front of me at New York Comic Con.
That's gotta be incredible.
He did a kabuki portrait for me.
Fuck off.
But I tell you, man, he took a piece of 8x10 paper like this, dipped into black ink, put it on the page. It just looked like a blob of ink. Went like this, blob of ink, blob of ink. And then before I knew it, there was a fucking face. And I have no idea where it came from.
That's incredible.
My mind was blown.
My mind is blown just hearing you describe that, and now I'm like, I kind of want to
Plus,
see you do it.
sweetest, nicest dude. I talked to him for like 40 minutes.
Holy shit.
He's wearing a Nine Inch Nails hat, so Adrian loved him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Awesome dude. But yeah, he did that cover art. And it's pretty amazing.
It is fucking amazing. Yeah. That should be a t-shirt.
I'd wear that.
I would wear that in a heartbeat. And I'm not really big on...
Only problem with this is it would probably be a white shirt, and I don't do white.
I would make an exception. If I were you, I'd make an exception.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
I
would make an exception.
I think you'd look good in white.
Yeah?
If I had a white shirt, I would have wore it to commemorate the white shirt that Wolverine wears. Period.
Problem with white is I have this thing called back knee.
Yeah?
Back knee likes to pop up and explode whenever it feels like it.
Oh, okay. So it's...
And then white shirt is ruined.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why? You'll probably only see 1 or 2 white shirts in my whole fucking
I got you. No, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. If I was in your boat, I'd be the same way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's that.
All right. So, the Wolverine. Now, the Wolverine picks up immediately after X-Men 3, Last Stand. Which... It's
kind of like an epilogue.
Yeah. Last Stand. I actually really... This is another one where, like, the first half hour of this movie is incredible. Mm-hmm. He's a long-haired, boozing bum.
Yeah, but before that, we're in World War II, right?
Yeah, there's that sequence. That's right.
That's how it starts.
Yeah, they do that.
He saves that. What's his name in the movie? Yoshida. He saves Yoshida.
Yeah.
Young Yoshida.
That's right.
That whole scene was amazing.
I forgot about that.
The bomb going off. Like that looked so good.
He's just fucking.
And he's just like,
oh god, it looked so horrible.
Yeah.
And the dude is like, "What the fuck are you?"
Yeah.
In Japanese, of course.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, that whole sequence was awesome, and I really liked that. I thought that was really cool. And yeah, you're right. And then it leads into.
And then we go, yeah.
We got like PTSD Wolverine because we forget that he's the one who killed Jean Grey, so he's wrestling with that.
He sees her all the time.
All the time. He's, like I said, he's long haired.
He's we don't know how many years. What I think Yukio.
Yeah.
Says it's been 5 or 6 years we've been looking for you.
That's
or something
right.
Like that.
5 or 6
so
years.
So it's been a good half decade since Last Stand.
That's right.
And he hasn't killed anyone since.
Nope. He hasn't killed anybody since. I love that he's fucking around with poachers, though. I thought that sequence was awesome.
Yeah. Well, the bear was his buddy. He was just walking with it. The grizzly.
Yeah.
That whole scene was awesome.
That whole, like I said, like, the 30, 40 minutes is great. Like, it's golden.
So
it really sets a really good and dark adult tone to this, which, coming off of Wolverine or X-Men Origins Wolverine, I did not anticipate that. I actually thought we were going to get, and especially because the trailers made it seem like it was going to be more of that whole 80s action that we got in the first movie, so I wasn't like, oh, I can't wait to see this. I was kind of like, I don't know, man, because you got me before, you know?
James Mangold is a very serious director, so when I saw he was attached...
Yeah, and I was unfamiliar with his work.
I kind of felt like, okay, this might actually be pretty good.
Yeah, but then again, the studio could just be like, oh no, James, you did sign a contract, and we want you to do whatever the fuck we want, right? But yeah, no, like I said, the first 40 minutes, like, fuck, man, like, even just the way it's shot, like, it's shot dark, it's raining, it looks bleak.
Yeah.
You feel for him, because he killed the second woman he's only ever, the only other woman he's ever loved. He killed her. Mm-hmm. Okay. So he's wrestling with that.
Yep.
Seeing her, hearing her, dreaming about her. I'm like, man, fuck. And he can't even kill himself, and you know he wants to. You know he doesn't want to be alive.
I'm so happy to see Famke Janssen come back for that, too.
That really surprised me.
I was like, oh my god.
Because they don't tell you that.
No.
They don't tell you that.
They didn't show it in the trailer or anything.
No.
You had no idea.
And then she's there and you're like, oh, that's awesome.
Throughout the whole movie, too.
Yeah, fucking right.
So good. Yeah, that whole beginning with the poachers and everything, and then Yukio finds him.
Yeah. Yukio, I like the actress that played Yukio. What she's been in since?
Her name is Rila Fukushima.
No, that's right, because the most recent Yukio is the one that's in The Boys. That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
But she was good. I actually really liked her, and I liked how this mined a lot of the late 80s John Byrne Wolverine stuff.
Yeah.
Where he was Patch Wolverine.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Wolverine. This guy had a patch.
Mm-hmm. And he was Patch.
And he was called Patch.
He was just Patch.
He had a black suit.
Yeah.
Nylon covering his mask. Didn't cover up his hair, though. Like, his face was nylon.
Yeah.
But his trademark hair...
Still visible.
Still visible. Even with the patch. The eye patch was over the hair. But people were like, that's not Logan-san.
Yeah.
No, his name's Patch. He literally just told me his name's Patch.
He's Patch. He's just another 5'2" man with the same...
5'3".
Well, it depends what card you're going with.
Really?
Yeah. I had a few trading cards that said 5'2".
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I always go 5'3" because it's generally the most accepted.
Okay. 5'3".
5'3",
with the same hair.
Pounds.
The same hair.
Same hair.
Totally a different guy. He's got a patch.
Claws.
Yeah. Claws.
Did I mention they both smelled like wet dog?
Yeah.
But the ladies love them.
Ladies love him.
Ladies love him.
Yeah.
Covered head to toe in hair, by the way, as well, too. Likes to be naked a lot, too. But totally different guys. But anyway, at least they didn't go that route with this one. Mm-hmm. But they did have him wearing that black suit.
Yep.
So he looked pretty slick there once he got his hair cut and all done up. This one I kind of thought was interesting because it was like the reluctant hero.
Yeah, this is really mining Chris Claremont and Frank Miller's run.
That's the one I was talking about. I said John Byrne, but it's...
You said John Byrne. Yeah.
Yeah,
John Byrne worked on... Yeah, he worked on some of the patch stuff.
No, but it is...
But this is the 4-issue miniseries before the ongoing.
That's the one I was referencing because I remember that
Kushida
cover. Because that's the cover where he's got the claws out.
Yeah.
Shinjin, that's right.
Yeah.
Silver Samurai, all of that's, you're right, from Claremont and Frank Miller.
Mariko. It's Mariko in the movie.
Oh, that's right, it is Mariko.
Because my whole life I've called her Mariko. That's
right, because you just read it and go, it's Mariko. That's right,
but they say Mariko.
That's right.
That's how they pronounce it.
Because that's what fucks me up, too, because I always go, oh,
I was like, I gotta really remember how to say that for the Camcast. Because it's not Mariko.
The introduction of Viper I thought was really cool.
She was really cool in this.
Really cool in this. And she looked great.
Yeah.
Like,
she didn't have green hair, but she had a lot of cool ideas.
One of the more comic booky elements in this movie.
Yeah.
But it actually worked really well. Not like Silver Samurai. Which they went really super comic booky there. Which I didn't like. And also I felt that it didn't suit the tone up until that point. But I'm getting ahead of myself just because I want to get one of the things I don't like out of the way. Because for the most part, this is actually a really good movie.
It is.
They figured out a way to depower him without being like too bogged down in comic book stuff. It was like you're kind of trying to figure it out. Like, oh, how is he so weak? And then as he finds out, we find out. So I thought that was kind of neat. And it made sense. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Because, of course, part of me is going like, well, how does he end up in Days of Future Past with his powers intact? Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. But at least this one was like, okay, all right.
Mm-hmm. So,
I even like the storyline where the dude's just like, hey, so you just give me your adamantium?
Yeah.
You know, like,
I wanna get young. So I will give you the death you've always wanted.
That's right.
If you give me the life I deserve.
That's right. It was a great line, and I was just like, ooh, this is really cool.
Interesting trade.
This is a very interesting trade. And then you're just like, why wouldn't he do it?
Yeah. You won't die right away. You'll get to live a normal life, marry a woman, have children.
Right. But then you'll die.
But then you'll die like a normal man.
I will live forever.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what I wanted because, man, dying is scary.
Mm-hmm.
I shit myself today. I couldn't even help it. This is all in the deleted scenes, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The extended cut.
Super extended cut. You'll never find it.
Yeah.
But we found
Very hard to find.
We found it because we're cool like that.
Only released in North Korea.
Don't tell them where it's released. They'll hunt it down.
Actually, you know what? This has an extended cut.
Of course it does.
Watch the theatrical version. Extended cut's just too over the top. Dumb.
I watched the theatrical version.
I've watched them both.
I didn't watch the over the top, ultra cool one.
I will just say quickly that the over the top one literally has Logan driving some kind of chopping machine and chopping up ninjas down the street.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
That's more of a Punisher move.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that Wolverine is one to shy away from killing. He's actually one of the few characters where I'm just like, it's okay if he does it every once in a while. Mm-hmm. He shouldn't be, like, I mean, in X2 when he was gutting the soldiers, I was like, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't think twice about it. But at the same time, this is also the guy that's going to wrestle with these decisions. Like, he looks back at it later and going, yeah, I killed all those guys.
That whole scene was stupid in the extended cut.
Well,
whereas the theatrical, when you get a nice, like, it's honor.
Hold on. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
But it's a good scene.
That's so good.
It is a good scene.
That's so good. Because, like, from a visual standpoint, from a story standpoint, this is better, but there are parts where I'm just like, ugh, like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, there's a lot of that cliched stuff where...
I don't get any of that feeling until the very end. I enjoyed this movie right to the last 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, too. Actually, the more I think about it...
Because it's awesome. Like, the Japanese stuff is awesome.
The Japanese stuff was really cool.
The bullet train fight.
The bullet train scene was awesome.
The bullet train fight is so good. So good.
Yeah, because then that leads right into him losing his powers.
Yeah.
Or becoming weakened. And then you're like, holy fuck. Like, he's not getting
healing.
winged.
He's like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, he's literally just like, oh shit, I'm still bleeding.
Yeah.
I gotta get this bullet out. Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I thought that was really, really cool. And they did it in a great way, too. Like, it wasn't like... They weren't heavy-handed with it, but they were just enough where you're like, okay, see, now he could die.
Yeah.
Right? And then...
He's fighting Yakuza while protecting Mariko.
That was awesome. That was so cool. Yeah. Actually, yeah. You know what? It's sometimes I gotta, like, just talk about it.
Yeah.
Because then I can go, actually, no.
It's fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember even this time around, getting to that last 20 minutes. And, like, the second I saw Mecha Silver Samurai, I was like, oh, fuck.
I know, right? Because
God damn it.
Remember at the funeral they had that Silver Samurai suit standing there? If they would have just had Shingen throw on that suit.
Yes.
And that was your samurai.
Exactly.
That would have been mind-blowing.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been
okay, because
so
like
good.
in no iteration ever
is
Silver Samurai a fucking mech suit.
Yeah.
It's the same problem I had with Shredder in the...
Yeah, the new Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, the new Ninja Turtles.
Which is a giant can opener.
Like a 7 foot tall...
He's like, I'm the Shredder. Shake! He's got all these...
Because he's got to be like 8 feet tall, because the Turtles are like 7 feet tall, which is another thing I don't like about that. And then, like, he's like rocket-powered blades coming off of him and everything, and I'm just like, holy fuck, like, this is crazy. Especially because when you see the actor who plays Oroku Saki...
You're right.
He looks like he's like 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah.
Like, and a proud ninja master. Why the fuck would he throw
a Shredder suit on that guy?
Suit? Fuck, man.
Fucking can opener, like...
Then you watch the 88 Classic.
What?
The 88 Classic.
Yeah.
And this dude in just a weird helmet and spikes and a fucking bow stab with a blade on it kicks the fuck out of all of them.
Yeah.
And you believe it.
Mm.
At no point in time are you like, this is totally fake. You're like, this is fucking real. Anyway. I can't wait till we do these movies.
Yeah.
Turtles, I can't wait. I really can't wait because I'm a huge Turtle fan. There's a lot of shit out there.
Turtle Trilogy?
Oh, no.
Or all 4?
No. There's like 6 to do.
You want to do all of them? You literally want to do the new ones? You want to do new ones?
Oh, yeah.
You want to do
I have a feeling people love it when I rant out.
Okay, original trilogy and TMNT.
And then the ones that...
I like TMNT because it feels like a
continuation.
It feels like a continuation from the trilogy.
And TMNT is one of my favorites, actually.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's like Turtles 1, TMNT. Like, those are the 2. And then, like, Turtles in Time gets a lot of fucking flack for it. I have to rewatch it, but I remember really liking it.
When's the last time you watched it? Because I watched it a couple of years ago.
No, it's funny because I actually...
It's better as a child.
I watched this thing where somebody broke... Like, on YouTube, they broke down the appearance of the Turtles.
Yeah.
And like, as I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. They go from, like, being distinct and cool to being a little less distinct, but still not looking too bad, to being, like, they're all the same.
Yeah.
So, okay.
That's just
a little bit of Joe Pesci.
This is a guy in a turtle suit right there.
Yeah. But anyway, we might as well just do just the 4 good ones.
Yeah, okay.
Although, to be fair,
I
think...
the new Turtles, the sequel, is way better than the first, but still not good.
No! It's not.
But it's better.
It's not.
It's better. They made Raph a little bit smaller.
I fucking hate both those movies so much. I fucking hate them so much. Oh my god. And the worst part was I watched both movies going like, okay, I saw the trailers, I didn't go in there blind, and immediately I was like, I hate the way they look.
Yeah.
I hate that they're a million feet tall. I hate that they can't just have different colored masks. Yeah. Now, like, Raph's gotta have fucking sunglasses up top.
And a bandana that covers his whole
Yeah,
head.
bandana.
Yeah.
Sunglasses. They don't ever move. He never wears them. But they don't ever move.
Donatel's a nerd, so he wears goggles the whole movie.
Goggles and glasses.
Goggles and glasses.
Yeah, and then
Michelangelo's got all the chains.
What's his face? Raphael had like a soup can on one of his arms. Yeah. And I remember just being like, okay, I guess because he lived in the sewer, so they
really likes Campbell's.
Leonardo's got like a weird like cerebral assassin mesh thing.
Yeah.
And he spits water out. Anyway. So the Wolverine.
Time to play the game.
One of my favorite scenes of the whole movie is when he's fighting through that fucking the ninja village.
It's amazing.
Like, to get back to the Wolverine.
So we're skipping ahead to the ninja village?
I was just saying to get us back into the movie.
Okay. That's a good scene. We'll get back to the ninja village.
Yeah. The sequence where... I will say this, though. Like, I was about to say, like, it's a little heavy-handed or cliched, but I have to admit, like, when I was watching Wounded Wolverine get taken care of by Mariko, which is great because now it's the flip, right? Because he's there to protect her, and he almost dies doing it, and then she's like, you gotta fucking rest, buddy. So she starts taking care of him, and so now you get, like, the third person he's ever fallen in love with. Yeah. But it's conflict for him because he's dealing with his feelings, his unrequited feelings for Jean Grey, plus the fact that he killed her, right? Mm-hmm. Plus, on some level, Wolverine is dealing with the fact that everybody that's ever come close to him has been hurt or killed. So that's another big issue that I was surprised they touched upon in this movie, or in any movie, really. They didn't have to go that route, but they did. And he's just... Because, like, that... It's one of those where, like, when you think about it, like, Wolverine is an incredibly tortured character. And that's probably why there's so much appeal to him, because this is a guy that if he suddenly started killing people, anybody that would look at his history and go, I get it. Mm. It makes sense. He just fucking snapped. But this is a guy that has had, like, shit after shit. Like we talked about it with Spider-Man and with Daredevil. Keeps getting shit on. Yep. His life isn't great all the time. In fact, it's like pockets of greatness surrounded by fucking years of shit, and he still gets up and goes, he's still doing the right thing. Yeah. In his way. It's maybe not be gonna, like Spider-Man or Captain America or whatever, but he's still gonna do the right thing. He's still gonna fight the good fight. That's incredibly empowering and also awesome. Like, it's very endearing. You find yourself rooting for him because you know that even, like, he's, like, practically bleeding out, and he's still just like, I'm going to fucking continue fighting to save the people I care about. Mm-hmm. So it's great. It's beautiful, actually. Before I forget, Mangold, what else did he do before this? To give me a frame of reference.
He did Walk the Line, 310 the Yuma.
Walk the Line.
That's that Johnny Cash biopic.
Oh, yeah. That was great. 310 to Yuma was awesome.
310 to Yuma was amazing.
Oh, so good.
I want to say he did a movie with Hugh Jackman before this. I don't know.
Cain Leopold?
Did he direct that? That might actually be him.
If that is, that'd be hilarious.
That might actually...
I just threw it out because I thought it'd be the most, like, out of the list you gave me, that's the one that just sticks out. Like,
it might be.
There's no fucking way he did that movie. And then you're like, oh yeah, he did, actually.
Okay, yeah, I gotta see now.
Yeah, because didn't Hugh Jackman request Mangold do this movie?
Yep, he did.
Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure they worked together in the past on something. He directed Cain Leopold.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I just threw it out to be a little bit of a troll.
And you know what's really
funny? I
fucking
nailed it.
You know what's really funny is you mentioned this in the episode too. Before that, he directed Girl Interrupted.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Wow.
He did Identity, that John Cusack thriller movie where they're all.
I liked that movie. That movie got shit on, but I really liked that movie.
Did Walk the Line, 3:10 to Yuma, Night and Day, the Tom Cruise, Cameron Diaz film.
That one was one of those ones where, if it came out anytime before or after his fucking very public freakout, it would have done a lot better.
I agree.
Because that was a fun movie.
It was a fun movie.
And you know what the best part was? Is they marketed like that. They went, hey, it's Tom Cruise, it's Cameron Diaz, it's an over-the-top movie, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. You should go ahead and watch it. And then, I watched it. I watched it. I was like, okay.
I enjoyed it.
All right.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then he did Wolverine and Logan right after that. Yeah.
That's funny. Cain Leopold.
Cain Leopold.
It's actually not a bad romantic comedy. As far as romantic comedies go, it's not a bad one.
His first movie was Copland. And that's an amazing film. That's an amazing film.
Mwah. Yeah. You know what? That movie is one of those ones where, I don't own.
Yeah.
But anytime it's on, I'll watch it. Even if it's, the last half hour. And then I'm like, I should probably own that movie. And I wish I owned it.
Like John Travolta, Pulp Fiction, that revived his career. Copland was Stallone's revival.
Yeah. Fuck.
100%.
That was so great. I loved it. And they also, when they were talking about it, they made a point of saying, well, I gained a lot of weight for the movie. And they're like, hey, you gained weight for the movie? And then I was like, you watch it, and you're like, well, it makes sense for the character.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
And if he didn't gain that weight, if he was Stallone, you would have been like, yeah. You would have thought it was a different kind of movie.
Yeah.
And then because you didn't get that movie, you'd be disappointed.
Yeah.
So good for him.
Good for him.
Good for you, Sylvester Stallone.
Yes.
20 years ago, gaining weight for that movie.
Yeah, but 20 years ago now.
Approximately.
Fuck, time flies.
Fuck. Hey, we're getting older, and it's great because we get to see people die. Boop, boop. Oh, I like that.
You got to throw a little
boop,
something
boop,
in
because
there.
this is dark.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's dark.
Okay. What else do we got?
So Bullet Train, from Bullet Train we go to the original village from the first movie.
Yes.
It's all grown back again.
Yes.
Marco's taking care of him there.
Yep.
You get it's probably a good 10 to 15 minutes of just a romance drama type of deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Him trying to get over Jean while falling in love with Marco.
That's right. And I don't even know if he's really trying to get over Jean.
Yeah.
It's just happening.
It's happening.
It's just one of those where, because of her, he's getting over her. Yeah. But he's letting it happen. He's not fighting it. I think that's the difference. Yeah. Is he's not fighting, which I think it's great. And this is actually. This is also at a point where now, and I think it's because of the director he's with, is that you're seeing more of Hugh Jackman acting in this movie. He's really one note for almost the entirety of X-Men Origins.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's literally just...
Yeah, a little touch here and there of...
Yeah, you get the QT sweetness when he's with Silver Fox. Yeah. And then, the sadness, of her passing. Yeah. And then that's it.
But it's just a lot of rage and
yeah, which it makes sense
with some light comedic moments. Yeah. Because that's kind of his trademark, right?
That's right.
Logan.
But what I like too is while it's a character all the way through, even in the Wolverine comic books, it's that deadpan sort of sarcastic, quick wit. Yeah. But it never devolves into Marvel bro humor. Yeah. You know what I mean? Where now it's cracking jokes left and right, and then occasionally going, "Oh yeah, I'm serious." You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Which I really hope they don't do. They don't Marvelize too much of the X-Men universe, and Fantastic Four too. I hope they don't Marvelize it too much. You know? Yeah. I hope that they look at some of the stuff what worked with Captain America and Iron Man, because both characters are actually different from the comic books. Captain is closer, but he's still a little different. Yeah. But at least they're Marvelized, or MCU Marvelized, but not to the point where you're I don't even recognize these characters. Thor's the one that I'm referencing where you're just what? Because now in the comic books, I guarantee you, he's going to be bro Thor.
Oh, he's already on his way there.
So it's like, and I mean, okay, if you like Bro Thor, fine. Good
that was the point of the Ultimate line. It was to give you that different version of the classic.
Yeah.
I want the fucking classic still. Like, that's what pisses me off with all of this.
Well, I mean, again, like
what fucking Jonathan Hickman said.
Yeah.
They need to stop copying Marvel Studios and everything and just do the Marvel comics that have been so popular for 60 years.
Oh, another thing I'll say about that 15-minute sequence, too, is it actually is the perfect bridge in between, like, a lot of action and story building, and then it's just like, take a breath, and they let it hang. Like, 15 minutes is actually a long time in an action movie.
And not once does it feel like it's dragging.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, okay. And then, when it starts to ramp up, you're okay with that.
Yeah.
You know? There's only a bunch of movies where I actually enjoy the lack of release for tension. Like Brightburn was one. Where even at the end of that movie, there's no release for that tension. Because you're like, shit, he won.
Crawl was the same way.
I had a feeling.
I went and watched Crawl. Oh, man.
I had a feeling.
It's Brightburn all over again. It's
I had a feeling.
Right to the end.
But that's the only thing that I would say, like when the bad guys win, there's none of that release where you're just like, oh, okay, at least they didn't win. No, you're like, oh, fuck. And now that you know there's a sequel, you're just like, I can't untense. I have to be like this.
I've permanently like this for 2 or 3 years now.
Maybe 4.
Maybe 4.
Depending on how long.
5.
Fuck.
I don't know, James Gunn's busy for a while.
Well, it's not even James Gunn. He just produced it, remember?
Yeah, but he was on set for pretty much everything. He was co-directing.
We talked about this.
Let's be honest, he was co-directing that movie.
It's fucking Michael Bay. It was like in, was it Transformers 4, where they're like, don't worry. Michael Bay just produced this movie.
Oh, you're talking about Bumblebee?
No, not Bumblebee. Was it?
He directed all of the Transformers.
Oh, he did?
All 5. Bumblebee.
No, Turtles 2. That's right.
Oh, Turtles.
It was Turtles he directed, then the second one.
Okay.
No, the Turtles he didn't direct it, but it was one of his disciples.
He produced both of them.
He produced both of them. Yeah. That's right, because then it was like, don't worry, he didn't direct it. Then you watch the movie and you're like, are you sure? Yeah. You sure he didn't direct it? Like, no, one of his disciples. This
feels like Transformers
One
with
of his disciples directed it, and then you're like, okay, so he directed it. He directed it.
He directed it.
It's like how, at one point, Vladimir Putin wasn't the president of the U.S., like Russia.
Yeah.
He wasn't the all-consuming commander. And then you found out that he was actually the second in command, and then you're like, okay, so he's actually really just...
Something funny happened to me today.
Oh.
I was getting into my vehicle at work. It was the end of the day. I was getting into my vehicle. As I was getting in, a plane was flying overhead. And I looked up, and as I looked up, I was like, this is a shot from a Michael Bay movie. I felt like a camera was going around me from below.
That's right. And then you had like flare shots of your car because the light dings your car, right? And as you're looking up at the plane,
and the plane goes over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's the first time it's ever happened to me where I was like, I just did a shot from a Michael Bay movie.
You're right. So it was James Gunn.
Yeah. So.
Michael Bay and the Turtles. I remember that one. They're like, don't worry, guys, I'm not directing this movie. And then you're like, are you sure? Because everything about this movie says that you directed it.
You directed this movie.
Okay, I directed it. Sorry, guys. Yeah. I won't do the second one. I promise. I promise I won't do the second one. Are you sure? Anyway.
I won't be on set in person, but I'll be on the phone the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be fucking, like, literally video chatting and going like, hey, I know it doesn't make any sense, but you need 14 flares.
Yeah, he'll be like Marshall from the episode of How I Met Your Mother, where he's just on the iPad getting rolled around the whole time.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah. Michael Bay bought.
Sheldon bought. That's another one.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're Mariko gets kidnapped.
Mm-hmm. Can we?
And then Yukio comes in the car.
Yeah.
And sees Logan coming at her, and she's just like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And now.
Yeah.
Now we're setting up the big fight,
which is incredible.
Because Hiroyuki Sanada, Japanese actor, see him all the time.
Oh, he's amazing. I love him.
Hands down, my favorite Japanese actor today.
Yes.
Every time he's in anything, I'm like, I'm in.
Yep.
I'm in. So as soon as I saw him sword fighting at the beginning of this movie, I was just like, he's in this?
Yes. I did the same thing. I was like, yes.
I was like, please tell me. Oh, sorry, Dad. I'll call you later. I was like, please tell me he's a Silver Samurai.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. I was actually, I was like, oh, fuck. He has to be Silver Samurai.
Yeah.
He absolutely has to be Silver Samurai. He's not.
Yeah.
They still had a wicked fight.
But they still had a good fight.
But, hold on. So we're still dealing with depowered Wolverine.
Yeah.
So as far as we know, he ain't never getting better.
Yeah.
Okay? He's now fighting through an entire ninja village. I was going to say nin village, but that doesn't make any sense.
That's after the sword fight.
I want to talk about the... Okay, do the sword fight thing.
Well, he goes to the scanner thing, and he's taking the thing off his heart, right? And then Yukio's
I'm getting
fighting.
reverse. That's right.
Yukio's
I'm getting
fighting.
Reverse. That's right. Viper.
Shingen.
Oh no, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. She's fighting Shingen as Wolverine's trying to do surgery on himself, Logan. And
that's right.
And then he dies.
The nanobots.
He dies with his heart in his hand, like she said he would. But then he comes back and heals.
That actually was really fucking sweet.
And then you get that awesome fight between the two of them.
Oh god.
Where the sword fighting was amazing.
The choreography is on another level. Like
when
again,
he slides on his knees and cuts Logan across the stomach, and then turns around. Logan's just healing. He's like, "What are you?"
Yeah, but he's still just like, "Okay, fine. I'm just gonna have to kill you harder."
Yeah.
But like again, like I was saying, like so if you watch the first movie, and then you even watch the trailers for this movie, you're thinking like, "I'm in for more of the same." Mm-hmm. You know, so if you loved the first movie, you're gonna be like, "Okay, I'm pretty excited." Whereas I was really tempered because I was just kind of like. You know, I mean, it's not as bad as it was the first time around because again, like we're dealing with a character with that I've loved my entire life. Like I'm like you. I was a huge fan of the character. I still am a huge fan of the character. Yeah. I mean, for a short Canadian kid, for me, I was like, yeah, fucking right. That's my guy right there. You know, and just all of the really cool things you can do with him as a character, and they have done with him, right? Until they killed him off. And then brought him back with weird powers.
Yeah, well, because of the Infinity Gauntlet, and then his claws glow, and...
This guy's he's already overpowered.
Yeah.
Because he's got fucking 200 pounds of muscle, adamantium, berserker rage, he'll never quit. Oh, by the way, he heals fast. Mm-hmm. Like, he's the fastest healer, I think, outside of cosmic people.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's faster at healing than he is. I think for a while there they said that Sabretooth healed faster than him. But, I mean, it was one of those where I was like...
Yeah.
Do you really?
It doesn't really matter. Oh,
is it a race?
0.5 milliseconds quicker.
Like,
good for you.
Oh, you healed your eyeball a little bit quicker than me. Good for you. I'm still going to gut you.
Yeah.
But anyway, so, like, he's already overpowered. He almost beat the fuck out of the Hulk in his first appearance. Mm-hmm. And this is at the height of the Hulk's powers, right? Like, okay.
Yeah.
But anyway. I once seen him get his face blown off. That's in the Death of Hulk, actually. Or the Death of Wolverine, actually.
I saw him, what was it? It was a Civil War arc that Mark Guggenheim wrote. Ugh. He got burnt down to nothing. He was just... bones.
That's leading into the death of...
But then he grew back.
That's the Death of Wolverine run where they explain how he is able to come back, and it's like he dies. He actually does die.
Yeah.
He goes to hell.
Yeah.
He fights Shingen, and if he wins, he goes back. And then the whole death of Wolverine was at the reason why the death of Wolverine happened was because, like, at that last part of that arc, it was like, I can't remember exactly, but for some reason, he was just kind of like, this was like for all the marbles. He was like, all right, okay, here's the deal. If I beat you, I go back, but that's it.
Yeah.
So if I die, then I'm dead, and I'm never coming back. Ever. Never coming back. And Shinjin was like, okay, cool. I lost every other time, but this time I'll win. And then he loses, so then that's how Guggenheim... It was a pointless fucking story. I remember reading it just being like, why the fuck did we even need this?
Yeah. There was a lot of, like Guggenheim did all the Civil War stuff.
He's a shitty writer.
All the Hell stuff was Jason Aaron. And then it was,
And Jason Aaron is good. He's a really good writer.
Yeah.
He's a really good writer. But
and
I find
Charles Soule did the Death.
Yeah, Charles Soule did the death, but it was all leading. Oh, it might have been Aaron that did the.
Aaron did the hell stuff.
The hell stuff. I really hated the hell
death
stuff.
of Wolverine, he was encased in adamantium.
Yes, no, I know. But you had to lead up to him actually being able...
because he lost his healing powers on him.
You couldn't kill him up until the... You had to have this stupid supernatural storyline, which I thought was really stupid. Yeah. Like, for fuck's sakes, they actually created a blade that could kill Wolverine.
Yep.
And that's the blade he used to kill Sabretooth. But I'm like, if you already created this blade, why did you even need to do this really dumb storyline where it's like, hey, I fight Shingen in hell, and every time I beat him, I come back, and then...
I quit Wolverine for the first time in my life.
Ugh.
Right before death. Because I remember they did the big, it was volume 3, and then they did issue 300, the numbering came back, and it was issue 300, and I was like, oh yeah! And like issue 308, they canceled at the relaunch. I was just like, what the fuck? Why? Guggenheim is really shit.
He did a run of Daredevil too, and I remember I was like, I can't even fucking touch this shit. He's so bad.
He's not a really good writer.
No, he's
got his moments.
With what?
The Civil War arc was pretty decent, but it also had art by Humberto Ramos, which made it really good.
Yeah, that's right. Because I'm actually picturing the Ramos Wolverine, where it's like
all bulky and just...
And he's like...
Yeah.
He's doing that, and that's what I picture, and I'm like, yeah. That's right, yeah, you're right. You get a good enough artist, you can
you can make
power
it
through. You can make power through some shit, but... God, man.
Okay, bud, we talk about the Ninja Village now.
Sorry, Chuck Austin. That's the one I can't power through.
Oh, thank God that guy disappeared.
No matter how good that art is, I could not power... Because he was in there with... that X-Men run was with...
He was the writer chosen to take over for Grant Morrison.
Right, but wasn't it like LaRocca was doing the art?
Yeah, LaRocca was doing the art.
And I remember just being like, no, I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. This is so god-awful.
I did it. It was hard. But it paid off because I got Peter Milligan right after that.
Yeah, that's... Yeah. Ecstatics,
which is coming back next
year.
Static
X, wasn't it?
Ecstatics.
Anyway, so the Ninja Village is...
Yeah, we're at the Ninja Village now.
Ninja Village is one of my favorite fight scenes across all the X-Men movies. Because it's snowing. Yeah. And I love scenes in snow, and you don't see enough of it.
The scenery's beautiful.
So the scenery is beautiful. It looks like an old-school Japanese village. Yep. Which is great, even though this is in modern times, but it's absolutely... Or it's a little in the future, I guess, because it's 5 years past X-Men 3, and X-Men was actually set a little bit in the future. Anyway, so visually looks amazing, but he is fucking fighting like a million ninjas.
There's so many of them.
There's so many ninjas.
Yeah.
And then they start like fucking doing the arrows with the ropes.
Yeah.
To try and keep him, and he's like, you get to that whole like final thing, and you're like...
He takes a poison arrow to the back, goes down to one knee, gets back up.
It's just fucking incredible.
And Marco's watching the whole thing from the building at the end.
It is just so cool.
Like, how many... He must have had a good 30 to 40 arrows in his back.
I was trying to count, and I lost count, but I estimate, I would say, let's say 50.
Yeah.
Let's just say 50.
Because when he finally falls, it's just like pin cushion from head to toe.
Like, and it's that slow, like...
Yeah.
And it's just a porcupine on the back.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, holy fuck.
I know.
But it just looks so cool.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's like I was saying, like, now, like, he's overpowered already. You don't need to have flaming claws and infinity gauntlet powers.
Yeah. Because
he's got a stone inside him. Like, fuck off, man.
Yeah.
Like, anyway. But that is just, like, adding to that whole, like, this guy will never quit. He is going to get through everybody. Like, this is just fucking incredible. And then we get to, like, the last 20 minutes of that movie.
Yeah, so we get some cool Viper stuff in there.
Viper stuff is great. I wish we would have saw more of her, though. Like, just in general, like, across the... She could have, like, made a cameo in, like, other X-Men movies or something, because she was great. Yeah. Visually looked great. Her character looked great.
That actress I never saw before, I don't think I've seen since.
I don't think so either.
She's Russian. Svetlana Chochenkova.
Yeah, whatever.
Never heard of her.
Yeah.
When they announced, this actress playing Viper, I was like, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Viper's kind of a weird pick for a Japanese movie, but it worked.
Yeah, but no, it's not really, because that's one of those, like, that's a longtime Wolverine villain.
It is. But, I don't know, like, who's the one that kind of takes over Madripoor? Is it Madame Mask?
I think you're right. I think it is.
See, now there's a villain that I think would have been better suited to be in the Japanese setting.
Yeah. The only reason why I'm going to argue is just because it's Overload.
Yeah.
Right?
But then it helped that they played by Broff as a doctor. Made sense for her to be there with Ishida.
Yeah.
Trying to keep him alive. Succeeded with mech armor. Because then you get that part. You get that part where, and I mean, visually it's kind of cool, but like looking, but it's stupid. It looks like Wolverine versus a Transformer.
The only other part, though, that I have to say, though, it looked cool until it moved.
Yeah.
And then it looked fake.
Yeah.
Because, like, again, like, the CGI for that part there, I'm like, because the rest of this movie, you could have put a lot of that budget into that CGI part.
It's not a lot of CGI. It's very just...
Yeah, like up until that point, it's a lot of practical effects.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like CGI stuff for superhumans and things like that. And you're like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, because you really had what? You had the bomb, the bear, the bullet train, and the end. That's pretty much it for visual effects.
Right, exactly. Everything else is pretty much practical. Yeah. So, I mean, you could have put a little bit more money into that, or not do it at all.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been my point. My pick would have been not to do it at all. I also really didn't like the cutting of his blades.
His claws.
I didn't like that one.
And then the weird drill thing to get into his marrow, I guess.
Yeah. Like, to try and take the adamantium off of him. Or no, to get...
Well, because by cutting the claws, he could get to the bone.
That's right. And then
that's the only way to get to the bones.
That's right, to get to the actual, like, steal his life force thing.
Yeah. But the fact that his machine was perfectly set up to go into 3 claws...
Yeah.
Like, what if he cut a leg and an arm off?
Exactly. Yeah, like, it's just... Like, it's too easy.
And the fact that his claws were still out to do that...
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if you retracted them, then your plan is fucked.
Yeah, like, I don't know, and it's really shitty, like, final battle. Like, just in general, it's just a really shitty, like, I know, like, they complain about, like, the Marvel, like, big, huge CGI, like, you don't really know what's going on, battle sequence, and I don't never really have an issue with that, because, like, I'm always like, no, it actually, you see everything. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But this is one of those ones where they could have done something like that, and I think I would have liked it better. Or, like we said right away, is have...
Shingen in the actual samurai armor.
Yeah.
That would have been a masterpiece.
Oh,
you had the ninja village, and then you had the two of them battling at the top of that building.
Yeah, and at least thematically it makes sense that he would be Silver Samurai, even though in the comic books he's actually Shingen, and that's it. Yeah. And
then Logan's using Yoshida's blade they gave to him.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That would have been epic.
That would have been epic, and that would have been awesome, and it would have been like a nice little capper of this like Japanese period of Wolverine's history. Yeah. But instead, they went with like a giant mech that made no sense. Yeah. And cut his blades, which really bothered me because again, like we're talking about, like so after that, it stays a future past.
And he's got the blades back.
They don't reference anything.
It takes place years later.
Yeah, okay, but even the fact that they have the link, because they have the link at the end where it's like Professor X and Magneto on either end, and you're like, that's fucking awesome, but they don't reference anything after that, and you're like, I mean, not that I needed a 4-hour explanation as to how he got the adamantium back onto his claws, but something, right? Yeah. Or have it so that he's got one hand bone claws and the other hand. You know what I mean? Like, as dumb as that is, it's still better than just going like, shh, forget that happened. Yeah. Because if you're going to tell me that his healing factor affects the alien substance that's over his bones, no, it doesn't. In fact, the healing factor is what keeps him alive from the actual metal. Yeah. You know, I mean, I can't remember what it was, but yeah, it's constantly poisoning him.
You know, that's the whole storyline beyond Logan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. It's and that's also in the comic books too. Like, so they actually said that his healing factor was stronger when he didn't have the adamantium because his body was constantly fighting that. Yeah. So when they took that out, not only did he become more bestial, but his healing factor was much better. It's the same thing with Cable. Cable is also one of those characters where his telepathy is actually much stronger, but he's got that technovirus.
Right.
So because of the technovirus, he's mentally fighting that off, so it's not as strong as it could be because it's already working hard. And I was like, that's actually really cool.
Yeah.
That's a really cool way to explain that. Anyway, so yeah, long story short,
that's
absolutely
return.
Awesome movie that gets hampered by a shitty climax.
Yeah.
You know, thank God we got to see Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, they played that mid-credits scene.
Yeah, like in the fucking airport.
Yeah,
like
you get Magneto first.
Awesome. I also like the deleted scene where they hint at a costume.
Yeah.
But they don't hint. They say, "Hey, this is a costume."
Yeah.
Hey, you made this for me? That's awesome. Tan and brown? Fucking rights, I'll wear this. It's kind of like a leather jacket that I've worn my entire life. I'm not sure why I love it so much, but I do.
Oh, it was made with my jacket.
It's
even more special now.
How did you find the same jacket that I wore for 3 weeks?
Yeah.
And I never wore again.
Amazing.
You're great. You're great.
I mean, incorporate my belt buckle into it somehow. I'm very connected to that.
Could you put a spot for my cigars?
A pouch, maybe.
That's what it was in the comics. They right
Here.
on that big, huge, giant belt.
Yeah.
Sick.
There's a guy named Rob Liefeld. Maybe he can help me design that.
Actually, Rob Liefeld would have shoulder pads.
Yes.
On top of shoulder pads.
Yes. With a pouch on top of the pads.
Yeah, pockets there.
Yeah.
And like each pocket would be a singular stogie.
Mm-hmm.
But then on this side, it would also be stogies.
Yes.
But it would be 3 fucking shoulder pads that come so far out that you're like, how do you walk into
So by the time you got your pads on, your arms are like this.
Right.
Can't move them any higher than that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. One hand is robotic, but the rest of the arm is fine.
Yes.
But you're still so strong that this robot hand doesn't... Nope. You can just freely... And straps, like belts everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like, yeah, because you have to have belt straps here to keep the shoulder pads up.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
So when crime happens, it takes you 4 hours to get dressed.
You never take your suit off. You have to have straps that link up to the belt to keep this from falling over you.
Yes.
Right?
Right. Because it's so big.
And then you need 4 to stabilize.
Yes.
And then because you have all those straps, you might as well put pouches on there to hold bullets for the giant, massive guns.
Yes. That
realistically you couldn't possibly get off of you.
Yeah. Because you can't lift your arm high, for one.
Right.
Plus the gun's the size of your body.
Exactly. If not more than that.
So the fact that you're standing and walking with it on your back is impressive.
Yeah.
The fact that you go like this.
Yeah. Oh, I think what you do is you throw it up in an arc.
Right.
And then you catch it.
In your pouched hands.
Super massive gloved hands. Right?
Yeah.
So you have all this exposed skin and then little gloves.
Yeah.
Right? And then, like, the triggers themselves are, like, big enough that you would need your entire hand to pull it. But you still just use the...
And the most impressive thing is that you can do all of this with your upper body while having no feet.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, like, jumping in the air.
Yeah.
And having your feet, like, angled outwards so that you see the bottom.
Like
so you can see the treads.
Like you're crouched on the ground, but you're jumping.
Yeah.
Yes.
Liefeld's
Plus,
fucking terrible.
all the same face with no lips.
And horrible cross-hatching on everything.
Yeah.
You got the back of your hand? Cross-hatch the shit out of that one. Hey, you want to make a nice romantic-looking scene? No, because there's too much cross-hatching.
Yeah.
You don't even really know what's going on.
The hands are so small.
Yep.
Take my good hand.
Like, Jim Lee was a big fan of pouches, too. But fuck it, that guy...
He knew his limits.
That guy could draw the shit out of anything.
Yeah. Bro. So, are you done with the Wolverine?
I am.
I am done with the Wolverine.
I am.